Bailey, for your background and information, I gave you a little bit more information on the. There's just a little bit more information that I sent you, other than what I'm going to talk about in a minute. So.
Okay, thank you.
From your roamings. And we're just waiting on. Is everybody back, or are we still?
I know we're still waiting on Christoph, so like, give me
Okay.
a second.
You're fine.
I'm back.
Okay. All right. So characters. They're just characters. We'll kind of review them as we go through the game and whatnot. So it's not a big huge thing. We're not all needing to be crossing T's and dotting I's. A couple of housekeeping things. Let's just keep real life topics out of this, like politics, religion, and weather. Absolutely no weather talk. Let's see here.
Jealous much?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta stop. Yeah. I think that's a tax increase for you, isn't it? Let's see here. Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Auriel, the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. There should be a map that is loading. It might take a second to load. It's a pretty big map on your screens. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as the 10 Towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and the drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. Let's see here. Centered. For me. A couple little things. Weeks are 10 days long. This is just normal. The year is about DR 1489. And there are 3 what's called 10 days each month. In your player journal, you should have an annual calendar called the Calendar of Hartos, which gives you an explanation of the names of the months and the seasons and the special holidays and whatnot in there. I think those are in there.
They are.
Okay, great. Thanks. Everybody see that map? So this map that you've got, the big Icewind Dale map, that is essentially the limit of your character knowledge about the Icewind Dale region. There is essentially to the south the spine of the world and a big pass going through those mountains that go into areas like Waterdeep, Luskin, Baldur's Gate way to the south, and then extremely south is Calimport. However, let's see, to the area is surrounded by, it has three lakes are in 10 towns. Those lakes are normally not frozen over, and they have a very interesting fish in them called the knuckle-headed trout. The knuckle-headed trout is essentially like the equivalent of being fished for like king salmon here. People are always after them. The bigger the better, and the big ones fetch a very large price. Let me see if I've got a handout here. Everybody see the knuckle-headed trout? They're kind of ugly, but their skulls are this big, huge, thick material that can be honed and used for all sorts of different carvings and intricate type tools. It's equivalent that there's ivory in there similar to like elephant tusk material. So think about like the ivory trade that we have, and it's kind of the similar thing. These are a dwindling resource. It takes a lot more fishing to find them anymore. So they're harder to find. So a lot of times there will be fights out on the lakes, or when somebody catches one of these things, there's usually a fight over the big ones about, oh no, that was actually on our side of the lake. There's a lot of territorial disputes. That's usually what you're hearing in the taverns and inns that you visit in Bryn Shander, which is where you guys are centrally located. In each of your journals, you do have a map of the whole Dale that you can refer to at any time. To the east is Reghead Glacier. Really, nobody really ever comes back from that area for any big long time. I mean, there has been this like super, essentially blizzard for almost 2 years now. There's the snow stops occasionally, and everybody clears it out, but it's just been this terrible Arctic winter for the last 2 years. People are, they're superstitious. They blame it on this god, and some cities, actually every tiny little town of the 10 towns has a certain sacrifice that they will make once a month to the goddess, or this god Auril. The bigger towns will sacrifice a person. They'll have a lottery, and they'll leave that person exposed to the elements at night. They'll strip them down and they'll lash them to a post. Bryn Shander, the city you're in, actually does that because of its population. They'll basically take someone down to their underwear, and then they'll attach them to a big post out in the snow, and in the morning they're gone usually. So but usually they're just sacrificing this person to the elements. Some of the smaller cities, they'll sacrifice food. So they'll have different levels of food that they like to sacrifice. Just really depending on each the means of each town is kind of what the each one will go for. Like I have a list, but it doesn't really matter right now in the second, because Bryn Shander sacrifices a person a month. So, and that's where you guys are at. You find yourself. Oh, and then also to the northwest is the Sea of Moving Ice. That sea is covered with floating ice continents. Well, ice cities almost. It feels like the icebergs are the size of just small cities. They there's lots of things that have always been found in the Sea of Moving Ice. It's a very dangerous, high risk, high reward area. There's actually whalers that go out there and go for whale, because whale oil and blubber is a very highly prized thing. A lot of people will heat their homes or light their homes with whale oil. So there's that whole industry coming back and forth from the sea over to the main cities. Let's see here. So you find yourselves in the center of Bryn Shander. The cold winds here have lessened due to the centrally located area you are in. Frost still tries to steal each breath from you, and red noses as well as sniffles surround you wherever you go in the middle of the city. And as whatever light was left during what is supposed to be midday seems to fade by the minute. The dirt roads in this busy area of the town square are mostly frozen mud. Occasionally a cracking noise escapes from each foot as you place it down, as you kind of punch through the freezing mud. It should be nearing the end of winter soon, but something foul has been keeping the days from ever returning. Almost a ceaseless night has enclosed this land. So between about 9 and 2 in the during the day, you're getting mainly a light twilight, kind of a twilight Alaska day, or an Arctic day. The sun's never peaks above the mountains, so you're not really ever seeing the sun. It's just the light you're getting is that twilight. So the anybody with dark vision, that's come in extremely handy during this whole time that you've been here. You guys have only really been here at most, for some of you, about a month. Some others maybe a lifetime. Let's see here. As you're, let me get there. So there's Bryn Shander. You should have that map up now. So you're in the middle kind of Bryn Shander there. A man's voice calls out, "Ah, there you are, me lads. Oh, and lasses, sorry. It's damnably hard to see faces under all the furs these days. Thank you again for finding me poor Bessie. It's hard enough trying to keep her alive each night, long enough to milk her in the morning. And truth be told, I'm not sure how many nights left she's got, but still, thank ye. I've no real silver to pay you with, but me credit at the North Look is good enough to get you a hot meal and a warm bed for the night. Now move along afore the rooms sell out, or they'll run out of mead for the day." As you kind of all look around and see each other, we're going to go with right now that you guys kind of have already successfully found a cow that this person had lost, and they're keeping in their stable, so that previously you have already met each other, in the last few days by and kind of helped each other find this cow. So we'll kind of hit the ground running there. We don't have to worry about that awkward how you meet each other. So the gentleman who's red-haired, big beard, turns around and walks away. But as he left, he was basically saying, "Yeah, the North looks up by the North Gate, and my name's worth a hot meal and a warm bed for the night up there."
And what was his name?
Harkle.
Harkle?
Yeah.
What was the name of the inn?
The North Look.
Well, Braakthuld looks around at the party and says, well, maybe we should hurry then.
I could use a hot meal and some mead.
It's colder than the Underdark.
I say we should head up there fast then, because my stomach's rumbling, and I wanted to eat that cow.
Hopefully the meat is good meat.
Only
With a sigh, Braakthuld starts going to the inn.
Okay. I'm assuming everybody kind of goes along. A little bit about the Northlook. The Northlook is the establishment most frequented by mercenaries and adventurers, and as such, it's the rowdiest and the most dangerous place to stay in Bryn Shander. At the same time, its tap room is the best spot in all of 10 towns to get leads on profitable ventures, along with the latest news and rumors. And there's 14 different types of ale on tap. The only thing you know about the inn's proprietor is that it is a retired mercenary named Scramsax. So we'll move over to the Northlook. And that should load up for you guys.
It loaded
I got
into a black square for me.
Oh, did it?
Same.
All right.
I see it.
I got it.
You guys actually see stuff? You two, but Christoph and Bailey do not. Oh, that's because you don't have any tokens there.
I see it.
How about
I
now?
got-
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys are up in the upper right of the map. All right. So as you guys start to approach the inn, you are there's a shout from a female dwarf with a very gravelly voice. Three frostbitten shield dwarves approach you guys as you get to the door of the inn. They're bundled in cold weather garb, and they stumble toward you. They have snowshoes slung over their backs and ice picks fastened to their belts, and two of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand that's missing two fingers, and through a thick wool scarf and raspy voice says, "Well met. I'm Haruna, and these are my friends, Corax and Storn. We need your help, and you look capable."
Hail, Haruna. I'm Kith. What sort of help do you need?
Well, we're the survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots to Bryn Shander. A Yeti surprised us and killed a member of our group. The rest of us fled as the Yeti tore poor Ubach limb from limb. Now we need someone to go back and get the sled for us. As payment, we offer each of you a gemstone worth 50 gold pieces. And the friendship of the dwarves. The friendship of the dwarves of Icewind Dale can also be a boon in this harsh times. You'll definitely need snowshoes to make the trip in good time.
It's the deepest, heaviest sigh as I stare at the ground.
Snowshoes, you say. Would you happen to have some of these if we were to help you out?
Well, we've got 3 pair we can lend you, because we need to recover our wounds. We can give you a couple of a silver to pick up a pair for your fourth, assuming that's your fourth over there.
The gnome raises his hand and says, I can shape my own through ice.
Well, okay, I guess if gnomes can do that, then that's a pretty amazing thing.
Wizards can.
Oh, begging your pardon, Master Wizard.
Sir Wizard was my father. No worries, Sir Dwarf.
He's just Mr. Wizard.
So, Runa, how far away is this sled that you guys lost?
She points off to the. Hold on a second. Let me look. She points off to the northeast. She said, "Straight toward Kelvin's Cairn. The sled lies halfway between Bryn Shander and Kelvin's Cairn, in the middle of the tundra." Let me map that out real quick. See how long that. I gotta calculate that really quick. Sorry.
Looks about 12 to 14 miles.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah, I got the scales pretty good on there, but let's see. I think it's about 7 miles. I gotta. Let's see. By snowshoe, it is. Come on, where's my. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had that available easily. There we go.
Freki Stonepaw's stomach howls.
Overland on foot with snowshoes it's about a half mile per hour. So it's going to take probably about 14 hours, but on foot.
What time of day is it currently?
It is about 10 a.m. So it's approaching midday.
Well, Runa, let me discuss amongst my colleagues to see if we are interested in helping you out.
Very well then. We're gonna head inside and grab some food. Please, just come in and let us know.
I, for one, think this sounds super doable.
It sounds
Yep.
doable after we've eaten.
Yes, that.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Perchance they could give us a few of those silvers for a good faith ale prior to our departure.
They'll happily buy you. They'll happily buy you around.
So, all in favor of helping the dwarves? It sounds like everyone is, but just formalizing it. Freki, you're in favor?
Aye.
Nasia, I assume that you
Aye.
as well. And then Oz, I do not remember your character's name.
Kith.
Kith, I'm assuming you are as well.
Aye.
So then let's grab a meal and then head out.
Sounds good.
Alright, so I'll just move you guys. Bailey, do you have the ability to move your character? I want to make sure that it's working, so. You can click your icon up in the upper right and just drag it to where you need to go.
Sorry, I didn't know where I was.
That's okay. You're good. Alrighty. So the proprietor basically, oops, stretches apparently. Comes over and says, "Well met, travelers. Haven't seen you here before. I'm Scramsax. This is my place. No roughhousing, or you get thrown outside. What'll it be?"
What's on the menu tonight, sir?
Well, we got regular fish and chips. We got beer, mead, ale, other ales, more potatoes. That's about it.
Yeah, I'll take the fish and chips, and that's going to be on Harkle's tab. And these fine dwarves over here are going to buy us a round each, and I will take a nice mead.
All right. So Harkle you must have found Bessie then.
We did.
All
Half
right.
stuck snowdrift, just a couple miles outside town.
There is a room upstairs that'll hold the four of you if you need to stay. Otherwise, I'll get 4 fish and chips going. And was that 1 or 2 beers each?
One.
1.
I'll take 3.
How about I'm putting 8 beers on the table, because I don't want Harkle coming after me saying I didn't give him, his full credit. And you said those dwarves are paying for a round, so I'm gonna put 8 beers on this table, and 4 fish and chips. And after that, I don't care.
That sounds fair. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He goes back behind the bar and hits a couple other tables too to kind of take orders from people. Gets back behind the bar and yells through the door behind him that four hot and tasties. So to what you can only assume is a scrambling person in the background, back of the kitchen, trying to now get ready a bunch of food. There's a lot of murmuring and just kind of some good natured insults back and forth from other members of the tavern to each other. Occasionally, people look over towards your table, the table you 4, and they're not sure if they're willing to engage or not in any sort of jibes or chatter. But after about 15 or 20 minutes, the innkeep Scramsax returns with 4 plates of food, goes back and then brings a platter full of 8 beers. He's got two each of the best 4 is what he brings you. So then he heads back to his duties behind the bar.
So before he shows back up with our stuff, I'm going to move to this end of the table over here.
Okay.
And just very nonchalantly, as deceptive as I can, just kind of eavesdrop on various conversations going on around the bar.
Okay.
And then,
go ahead.
oh no, I'll let Paul go first.
Okay. And give me an insight roll, please, Paul. All right. You hear that in East Haven they caught an evil wizard who killed some adventurers. The town militia is planning to burn the wizard at the stake in 2 days. Let's see here. The captain of the guard's looking for adventurers to help with another task they may or may not be related.
Related to the dwarves or related to the wizard?
Related to the wizard.
And then while while Kith is eavesdropping on the groups around, I'm going to wave over Korux, I believe his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna turn around and ask if he wants to talk with us a moment. And then Korux, my team and I are more than happy to go and help make sure that we can grab the rest of that ingot shipment. It was coming. It was coming to this city, correct?
He nods
I
yes.
don't remember the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems to not really say much at all. But he and he opens his mouth to drink once, and you can see that it looks like he might have lost the front third of his tongue to frostbite at some point. He's also missing 3 fingers, so in his nose.
Throughout this entire thing with Kith and babe, I forget your character's name. What they're going on, I'm just sitting there eating my food, looking like a weird level of unconcerned. Like I'm almost I'm almost happy looking as I'm sitting there and eating my fish and chips.
All right.
If that's the case, then we will need to borrow the snowshoes.
Yeah. Corix goes and gets the snowshoes and lays them down. He lays them on the kind of leaning against the table for you guys. Gives you a nice strong, a little bit more than gentle, but like he's trying to hold back because you're smaller than he is. A pat on the back, so, and gives you a very good a nod, like a respectful nod. So.
And then I have him, mark down on a map about where they think they lost.
Okay. Let me. I'm gonna put a little mark on the map for you.
Sounds good.
Should be a tiny little pink / purple box there. So on the main map.
I do not see it.
Are you look? It's not gonna be in your journal. Let me. Oops. Hold on a second.
I'm not seeing it on the main map.
Did I put it on the wrong one?
No, we're just not looking at the main map screen, so it wouldn't show up yet.
Yeah, let me move you guys over there, and maybe you'll be able to see it that way.
I see it.
Okay.
That little pink square.
Yeah.
I see it.
And when let's see if I measure here. It is 7.8 miles. It's about 8 miles over land. So that would take about 16 hours. But there is, let me see if there's, if you kind of do like a loop kind of up this way, it's still 8 miles, but it's only going to take 13 hours because you don't have to cross over the top of these ridges. If you kind of go around the, if you do like head up to the road, can you see the road right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See
so let
that?
me outline the route real quick. It'd be more of something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would if you even go directly north to hit that road between Targos and Tourmaline, then on the road that speeds you up quite a bit. So that would be let's see here.
And then you're taking into account the fact that the ranger favored
6.
terrain or ranger natural explorer, we don't get slowed down due to difficult terrain, correct?
Right, you're not getting slowed down. I think that there's just the max speed on foot with snowshoes
Sure.
is a half mile per hour. So looks like if you were to head due north to the road, take the road up to just south of Tourmaline and then cut kind of east, it would take 12 hours. So that would shave 4 hours off of your, it would shave 4 hours from just going in a straight line.
Well, on the road, we shouldn't need the horseshoes. I mean, the snowshoes, so it would be faster than half a.
Right, so it's going to take you about, let's see, 3 hours to get to the road. You guys can see that arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's going to take, let's see here, about 4 hours to get to south of Tourmaline. So you can do a mile an hour. It's still snow. It's not, it's by no means like plowed or anything like that. So we've got 3, and then plus 4 is 7, and then we've got three more hours, which is at half a mile per hour. So that's another 6, 7 hours. So what is that? 3, 4, 7, 7. I don't know. I had it calculated to like 12. So
Yeah, it works.
yeah, I don't know if we can keep that mark on there. I can mark. Right.
So while you're drawing the arrow, if you right click, it'll leave a node, like what I've just done.
Okay. And then it's up to you guys. Well, I guess it just goes away as soon as I let go, though. Let's do this.
So about 10 miles to make the math easy.
Yeah. And then I don't know what way you'd want to come back, but
We'd probably just come back the way we came. Would be the easiest.
probably be the easiest. And if it goes fast enough, you might still have a trail to work with too.
I'm assuming the DM is playing the part of the ranger here, as the ranger is probably the most familiar navigating.
Yeah, this is kind of the what let's see here. This is what is it Nasia? Nasia? How do you say your ranger's name, Bailey?
Nasia.
Nasia. Okay. That's kind of like the best what Nasia comes up with. That hey, this would be the best route. So
Yeah, I am intimately familiar with this trek.
yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, it'll what, take about 12 hours to get there?
Yeah, so you guys are just in the end, just filling up your bellies and having some good mead.
Okay. Well, and then question, are there still like campsites on the road and stuff, or have those all been snowed in?
It's in winter and it's in the Arctic. There's a tremendous amount of snow that can fall at any one time. Along the road, you may find an area that's been been used as a potential campsite, and definitely let me know if you're keeping your eye out for those. Nasia might be able to. She'll be definitely able to figure out where those are at, given enough warning.
Okay. I then asked the group if we want to depart now. Unless we've got other business in the city.
Yeah, might as well get on the road.
Yeah, let's get this.
Let's
show
get on
going.
with it. Again, weirdly cheerful voice. Yeah, let's
Okay.
go.
So, while we're traveling, I'm going to request that probably we keep an eye out for me in case I fall into a snowdrift.
I promise I will not let you fall into a snowdrift and get lost.
Just to get lost bit. I know I'm going to fall in.
Well, that's expected, but like it won't have any dire consequences, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So Scram Sacks, basically, as you guys are leaving, he comes over and cleans your plates as you're kind of getting up to go, and says, "Make sure to take me up on that room when you get back from whatever you're doing."
We'll probably be back tomorrow. If we haven't, we're probably dead.
Very well then.
Or lost. Lost is a very
We're not gonna get lost.
strong possibility.
We're not gonna get lost.
So we'd either be dead.
Okay. Maybe the night after, though.
All right, so you guys leave.
And then, would you say that snowshoes would be a simple tool?
As far as being proficient in them, or
To make with shape water.
I think they're kind of. I mean, having made them, they're kind of not the easiest thing. A simple tool would be a hammer because it's one kind of big thing. But snowshoes are rather made up of quite a few items. Because you've got, wood that you've got to bend around. You've got sinew and whatnot that you kind of string through. So I'm trying to figure out how to.
What about two
Can't make a little
flat
ice waffle?
discs? Yeah, like a little ice waffle. And then just freeze that to the bottom of my boots.
If you wanted to make something equivalent of like maybe micro spikes that go out a little bit, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, just like a foot circular of ice. So like 6-inch radial of
Yeah.
ice, and then freeze that to the bottom of my boot.
Sure.
Snowshoes.
It does
With
add
spikes on
it adds a little weight, so you're gonna get tired a little bit faster. But yeah, that'll work.
When I get tired, I'll hand the druid a rope and turn them into
Skis.
a flat board. Yeah, skis.
It's-
I'll look out for any critters.
You could always just ride on somebody's shoulders.
That's degrading and demeaning.
You're the
Suck
one who
it up,
didn't get.
Mr. Wizard.
You're the one who didn't want to be in a snowdrift. Okay, that's just practicality.
Just because I'm 3.5 feet tall does not mean I'm riding on someone's head.
Thought I'd offer. No.
I appreciate the offer.
All right, so you guys make it to the road, and you get up. You get up most of the journey on the road, just fine. It's pretty good moving. It hasn't been snowing. It's not clear. It's still overcast, but it hasn't been snowing. But then as you get close to where you can start to see Mare Dwalden there, the big lake, there's just really cold air coming up, this cold wind coming kind of off the lake and up that hill. We're just right up into you, so it's just giving you a very really just a chill. I mean, it's probably like -20. You guys are having to kind of beat your arms and your shoulders every once in a while, and definitely moving your hands. You kind of, before you break off the road, you feel like it'd be good to kind of maybe get a fire going. Nasia kind of comments that we're about to leave the road, so we might want to warm up at least, or make sure the blood's flowing before you kind of get off the road and into the deeper snow. So she kind of suggests that you kind of take just a little breather, not necessarily a short rest or anything like that, but just long enough to get the blood flowing. Maybe have a little jerky or a ration or something.
What I'll do is, through shape water, I'll create a windbreak out of ice. Just like a 5-foot overhang kind of thing.
Kind of little beach dome type thing, like you see on the beaches. Just a little.
That out of ice. Yeah, and then it's facing away from the wind, so we're not getting that ice wind in the face.
Yeah, it's definitely big enough for you and like the elves to get in. Well, I guess you guys are actually all not diminutive races, but you're all on the shorter end, aren't you?
I'm 3 foot nothing. I am small.
Yeah, but I
got a foot on him.
Yeah, because we got a dwarf, a wood elf. What's the rogue?
I am. Wood elf is.
Yeah, you're both. So 2 wood elves, a dwarf, and a gnome. All right.
I'm a half elf. Yeah.
Half elf. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, you guys could all huddle in there. Yeah. So, I don't know if you do a fire or anything like that, but you guys kind of get out of the wind for a little while. You're not sure if people were nipping at a little flask of liquor or anything, but you're about ready to clamber off the road. Without further ado, let's do that.
About what time of day would you say it is when we're doing this?
So it was about, I don't know, 11 or it was about midday when you guys left. So it's been, let's see here, what is that? 3 plus that was. It's about I don't know. It's dark. It's not light, but it gets dark at 3 p.m. So as soon as you got to the road, it started getting kind of dark.
It's been about how many hours since we left?
It's been let's see here, 3 plus 5, so about 8. You guys are about 8 hours in. You got about another 6 to 8 hours to go.
Well, do we want to set up camp now, or should we?
Honestly, it's pretty treacherous at night if you don't know where you're going. Things are shifting and moving all the time. Not to mention, the Yetis are generally not at home at night, which means that we're more likely to run into them when we're less prepared. I say with a completely straight face.
I don't see any trees or covers or anything around that would stop the snow from piling up if it came in.
What do you mean? We've got the best building material we can ask for all around us.
I like this gnome.
That's actually pretty true, yeah.
About how long would it take me to freeze 5-foot blocks into an igloo?
I think it'd probably take you. It'd be a little bit mentally draining, but you could probably do. It'd probably take you an hour to make enough blocks to make a kind of a hodgepodge igloo.
And then with that, the water's not going to unfreeze in this temperature, is it?
No, it's not going to. So.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if it was warmer after about the third one, you'd start, they'd start to kind of collapse. But there's nothing keeping them, nothing that's going to make them want to melt on their own. So because it looks like, yeah, if you after the second one, they start to revert to their normal form, but the water is still going to stay frozen at -30.
Yeah, so it doesn't really revert so much as just stay frozen.
Right.
Because all I'm doing is freezing the snow in place and then having someone else move it.
Yeah. I'm okay with that at this point. So, until you build your ice castle, then we'll have to talk.
I wouldn't do that.
You're so dramatic. You would absolutely do that.
Well, I start helping move the blocks into place and form a big enough igloo for the four of us.
As well.
I'm super impressed, and I help, and I tell him how impressed I am with the ice blocks because I still feel bad for offering to carry him. I didn't realize that was demeaning when I said it.
That not funny. That was racist.
I'm gonna step away. I gotta get some water for a second. I'll be right back.
Do we just want to call like a fiver?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm back if anybody is.
I assume while I got my eyes out that I'm not seeing any critters or anything along this journey, right?
No, I occasionally, no, I mean it's winter, so you're really not seeing anything. You could maybe dig down into certain areas after, you know, kind of communing, and then you might find some like hibernating squirrels or snow hares or something like that. But it's just mainly been very quiet as far as life. So chanterelles right now are going for $20 to $30 a pound. Amy just got 27 pounds of chanterelles, and that was half of their haul because she split it with somebody else. I was with those. I don't know what to do with 27 pounds of mushrooms.
Make Hungarian mushroom stew.
That sounds great. I was thinking about selling them for
Do that. That's smarter. Definitely.
Gotta
like
save some.
$450 worth of mushrooms.
Do you ever batter your mushrooms, or if you find morels?
You know, I have never found a morel, even though they're native around here. I have never found one.
Really?
I take that back. In Scouts, when I was 12, I think I found one with the Scoutmaster, but with the rest of the troop. But I have never found one solo. But they taste amazing. I've had them as an adult.
That's funny because I feel like I've never found one on this side of Mount Hood, but if you go over a little bit in the rain shadow, I feel like just on the cusp I've seen them there. And then in Montana, we've gotten lots and lots and lots. And when you start throwing the price around, oof.
All right, so we're still waiting on.
Bailey's back.
As as everyone else is setting up camp, I go to forage for food. I have a little bit of luck, so like we have something to eat tonight, but it's not. But I did not have time to like set up traps or anything for the odd snow hare.
Sure. Yeah, I'm assuming since you guys kind of didn't want to waste or spend a whole lot longer traveling, because I think you're still at the point where foraging is going to take some time. But it's
Yeah, just as a ranger, she finds twice as much as anyone else would.
yeah, but I think later down the road, I think foraging doesn't take extra time. I think you can do it as kind of a side thing. But
Yeah.
let me look at it real quick.
And would I need to see these animals alive to log them in my little druid brain?
What do you what do you mean log? I mean, you've probably seen some of them in the past.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I think he's probably getting at what can he change into when he gets shapeshift.
I see. A field mouse, that's definitely a thing.
You will freeze to death as a field mouse.
I can concentrate on absorb elements, maybe.
let's see here. Forage. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll your forage. If you can link me the forage, I'm not finding it, so I don't want to take any more time looking for it. So if you could link me forage, we'll figure out what kind of food you can come up with. Well,
Kristoff's getting.
yeah. So eventually, you guys spend some time. Getting the oh, I was looking on the wrong book, no wonder. So yeah, just give me a survival check, please, for forage. And I don't know if you've tested do you have Beyond 20 installed?
Are you?
I'm talking to Bailey, so sorry. If you wanted to try to forage.
I don't know if she has Beyond 20 installed.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I was trying to get my roll into roll 20.
Okay.
Oh, just click.
Okay,
Yeah,
I did. I rolled 16, and then I have a +4 to survival, so 20.
Okay, that's enough. So we'll do a you're 4. Okay. What is it? 1d6 plus 4. You found you managed to fell a deer, actually, and you managed to get it was a very lean fawn, but you managed to get 10 pounds of meat off of it. And you can spend the evening.
Okay, would everyone prefer me roll? Are we rolling in D20 or on D&D Beyond?
Well, when you roll in Beyond, you can have it send that roll to roll 20.
I can work with you, Bailey, to make sure that Beyond 20 is set up.
That way, because that way we'll actually we'll see all those natural 20s that you roll. So
No, that was yeah.
I'm just
That's it.
messing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Kristoff wins.
Shut up.
So yeah, you guys, that's enough food. You guys basically you've gotten enough food for this day and the next day if you really need to, and you basically have a campfire going for a while, I'm assuming, since you guys are kind of stopping for the night because you don't want to travel during the dark.
Yeah, and then once we've kind of got the area set up, what I'm going to do is cast the alarm spell as a ritual.
All right.
I will be using the audible function, and the people that can come and go through it are the party.
Okay.
And I'll designate, the door to the igloo.
Okay. So with that, everybody can go to bed at the night, but do you guys want to have any sort of watch structure going or any sort of guard on duty type thing?
Yeah, we'll still set up a watch structure.
Do you want fire at all? Do you want to just have this like igloo with no heat source inside of it? How do you guys want to play that? Because it is getting cold. It is getting colder. Although you're keeping kind of
Definitely
this.
have fire inside the igloo. We definitely need a fire inside the igloo.
And I'll make sure there's a small chimney at the top of the igloo so that way it doesn't
Okay.
kill us from monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, that's easy enough to create with your cantrip.
And I'll make sure there's like a little cap on it to where the smoke can get out, but still snow not coming in.
Sure. So yeah, you've managed after a few hours of kind of, even when you're inside, Braakthuld is, kind of relaxing a little bit, but still kind of, you can see him every once in a while looking at a spot on the inside of the igloo and kind of prettying it up a little. Making sure that everything is kind of symmetrical on the inside, I'm assuming, and no asymmetry if he can be avoided.
Yeah, it's a lot of harsh lines and geometric patterns.
Yeah. You start to, you're scribing some weird things in there every once in a while, and and I'm sorry, Bailey. Is it Nasia or is it Nasia? Nasia?
Yeah, that's it. That's
okay,
right.
Nasia. Okay. So she's just kind of always vigilant because Yetis are real and they're out there, and you never know when they could sneak up on your camp. So always kind of this watchful eye to the dark, and doing a very good job of keeping watch over everybody inside the igloo, even venturing out every once in a while and doing some perimeter walks, and just making sure that guard that nothing's going to sneak up on you guys. You do pay particular attention to the area below the ridgeline that you guys are on, that comes up from the lake, because that would definitely be, with all the rocks and everything coming up that are frozen, somebody could definitely sneak up that way. Easier than coming from the east or the south, where you can see them easily. Kith is kind of every once in a while doing a little kind of sleight of hand with a dagger or a coin, and just making sure he's keeping those skills in focus, and kind of subtly trying to do it to make sure that people aren't noticing, but when he wants them to notice, he really kind of throws a flourish into it. And then let's see, what is it? Freki? Freki. And Freki is kind of just every once in a while chanting, and moving bits of makeup or leaves from one side of his head to the other, and kind of redrawing sigils in his face or on his arm, or kind of just making weird animal noises every once in a while as he's trying to channel animals, and then whatever you guys want to come up with. So as you kind of settle in for kind of sleeping for the night. But I do assume you're going to have some sort of a sleep schedule, or...
I can take first watch.
So I only need 4 hours during the night, so whichever way you guys want to split it up to maximize that.
So is there I know it's pretty much always dark, but I would take a shift while it's at its darkest, with the ranger switching off because of my dark vision, possibly.
Okay.
Likewise.
All right. Without getting into too much minutia, nothing really occurs over the night. It gets really bitterly cold. You guys are not even not even to the midpoint of what winter should be. You're in this perpetual, ceaseless winter anyway, but as you approach midwinter, it's getting even colder. So, there's your breath is kind of outside. Your breath is definitely freezing as soon as it comes out of your body. It just kind of just settles immediately onto the ground or your sleeves or whatever, and leaves some ice crystals. So
When I'm on watch, I'll use prestidigitation in order to warm myself
okay.
for an hour at a time, because I can do that with the cantrip.
So you guys have a kind of an uneventful night. Other than that, normally at dawn, it would get lighter, but it's just barely perceptible. Real dawn is probably going to be about 7:30 to 9, mid morning. But you guys are feeling like you really kind of need to get going, because really it's only light for a few hours during the day. You guys did manage to sleep fully the previous evening, so you're not exhausted or anything, so that was good. You had a nice shelter, so that was pretty much just key. It was still a little cold on the bedrolls, but that it's just one night, and you're thinking of either this next night or the night after about sleeping in a nice warm bed in an inn. So, and that's kind of keeping you going. Imagine you kind of set off in the middle of the dark morning, and as you get a few miles out from where you need to get, you're about halfway there, and a blizzard kind of comes over the area. So we are going to have to deal with that. So a blizzard descends upon you, reducing visibility to about 20 feet. You were heading towards Kelvin's Cairn. As the blizzard settles in, you lose sight completely of the big giant mountain. There is blowing snow and howling wind completely engulfing you. So it's important to know what you guys really want to do at this point.
With the standard adventuring gear, that comes with a rope, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I make shout out for everyone to group together so that we can tie ropes around each other and hold on to them while we have the ranger guide us. Kinda taking point.
I don't like it because while I know that I can get through the blizzard all right, I'm not entirely sure what everyone else's general ability to not get frostbite is. So I take it rather reluctantly. And ask people over and over if they want to stop and make a shelter again, which might save our lives.
So one of the things I do is I use prestidigitation to make the ropes warm, so that they kind of provide a little bit of warmth. Would you say that the ropes are more than 1 cubic foot of non-living material?
Let's see here. Are they hempen ropes?
I believe that's the cheap one, yes.
It's almost pushing it. If they were silk, you might be able to get it lower than 1 cubic foot, but I think the 50 feet of hemp rope, because hemp rope's a good few inches circumference.
Yeah.
I mean, it is going to mainly be kind of stretched out straight or taut. So once it's you could definitely warm parts of it up for untying or tying down the road if you need to.
Okay. Yeah, basically all I want to do is the bits of rope that someone would be holding with their hand. Make sure to warm that up. That way we're not getting frostbite on extremities.
Right. Oops. If that music, if that sound,
Appreciates that.
if that sound is too loud, let me know and I can turn it down. So this is kind of the ground, but then there's a big swirling mass of snow. So who's kind of going first here?
Nasia.
Me.
I get kind of a marching order here, if you don't mind.
I'll take the rear.
I'll be behind the ranger then.
Okay. So we'll kind of have to maintain that that line. And then you guys are just kind of doing one of these, so there's a couple of if I get each of you roll just a dexterity check for kind of like slippery terrain.
So it's
If you want to just type a roll command, it's going to be /roll space 1d20, and then you're going to add in your and then plus whatever your dexterity modifier is. All right, cool. So you guys managed to make it basically all the way, through. It does take you a while. It after about 5 hours, the blizzard stops. Let's see here. Basically, you can't really hear more than 100 feet out. There's a lot of like combat modifier difficulties for a blizzard, but we don't really have to worry about those. Let's see here. And you guys aren't, you don't have to worry about concentration or anything like that. So, but Nasia needs to, if I can have it, make a survival check as the navigator. That's going to be a wisdom.
with Natural Explorer, I don't get lost unless it's through magical means.
Okay. Well, it is a natural blizzard, so we're fine.
Still need to roll? Do I still need to roll?
No, it's a natural blizzard, so if it was a magical blizzard, then it would be something else. So you managed to keep everybody essentially going in the desired direction, and you guys did not become lost. So okay, so we got through that, and you get to the point where we get to and you come into an area, and there's this field area. There's no more tracks other than going up, but you do see a corpse of what looks like to be a sled dog and a mangled corpse of a humanoid.
Oh.
And lots of footprints and gouge marks heading away. I believe. Can you guys see those?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
All right, we're getting close, and I really need to be in front now.
So you guys just let me know what you're doing. Yeah.
Am I supposed to see the corpse?
Yeah. Do you not?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. Is that? Can you see the? Paul, are you the only person that can't see the two corpses there?
Yeah, all I see is us and the terrain.
Okay. Hmm. Let me delete you real quick. How about now?
Nope.
But everybody else can see that. That's weird. Hmm. Anything now?
Yeah, I just saw you move them around.
Okay, so are they there now?
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody else sees them?
Yep.
Freki sees them? Okay.
Yep.
And you guys see all the footprints and whatnot?
A little bit.
I can see things that may or may not be footprints.
Okay.
Yeah, it's those gray marks in the snow next to the gouges, correct?
Yes. If you zoom in,
See those.
yeah, if you zoom in, you should be able to see them. All right.
Got it.
So here's your scene. If you want to investigate, let me know what you guys would like to do. But you're tracking a sled, and let's see. The Ublok was the name of the dwarf that had gotten killed by a yeti. And then there was a sled, and they wanted you to come get the sled.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to
wanna investigate the corpses.
Oz beat me to looting the corpse. But I'll do like a investigation to make sure that I've got all the facts right. of the scene. You know, Yeti comes in or large thing, all that. Get a 19 total.
I stare off into the distance, in the direction where the footprints are going, and look very deeply uncomfortable.
All right, so you kind of go over on the peak over here of this rock,
Yeah.
and you notice that those footprints, essentially, if you want, you can go over and you can roll survival if you want, to see if you can kind of tell what was this, what's kind of going on here.
All right. Well, that was an attempt.
That's okay. Once that extension is hooked up, you can just click basically your skill and it'll automatically roll it over into this.
If you just copy paste what I put in the chat, it'll roll it.
Take the period off.
Yeah.
There you go.
Building up to a good roll.
Yeah, good lead up. So Nasia, you see that about six small humanoids essentially have been dragging the sled. The blizzard didn't hit this area. The previous snow has covered up any tracks of like the Yeti or the dwarves previously coming through this area in the last day or two. The goblin and the wheel marks, essentially, they're goblins. Those are the small humanoids. So it's about six goblins, and they have basically dragged that cart off, that sled, and they've headed to the south.
There are no Yeti tracks. The tracks are not, in fact, from a Yeti.
The tracks are not from a Yeti.
I begin to look very concerned.
Everything all right up there, Nasia?
Yeah, I think our information might not have been great on what did this, but yeah, everything looks okay right now.
Ian, was it not a Yeti? Those look like Yeti-sized footprints.
Those are trust me, those are decidedly not Yeti footprints. Those are far too small to be Yeti footprints, and there's too many of them.
What do you think they are?
Goblins.
I would like to roll for stealth.
You want to roll to go into stealth? You want a stealth check?
Yeah, I'm gonna try just be hard to notice.
Okay.
I have advantage on stealth checks, by the by,
All right.
because of a deep gnome, so I got 17.
All right. You feel very confident about your hiding. So, yeah, and then Kith, this basically this corpse. It looks like primarily this person died from being torn apart by something very large. There's no head to be found, and then the arms and the legs were found in different locations around the body. There is a dead sled dog next to it too that's been basically torn in half.
Well, I would say that goblins definitely didn't do this, so there may be a yeti around yet.
Maybe the goblins just found a target of opportunity with the cart of iron.
Yeti usually eat what they kill. So if it is a Yeti, it's acting very strangely.
You think 6 goblins could take on a yeti?
Can Nasia do a perception check, please?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Then can you follow that up with a survival check, please? Which should be the same roll, basically.
All right.
Can we use her passive perception instead?
Actually, that's gonna be fine. Hold on.
It was too good for too long.
You see that ping? I'm pinging
Yeah.
on the map right there. So Nasia sees a tiny little bird dropping. It looks like it's a raptor, and you've identified it, and I put that in your journal. But it's out of place. And it looks like whatever it was and that's in your journal was flying from south to north. You can.
I start staring at the sky.
Okay, I mean it's frozen, so it's been there for a little bit, but it's about 2 hours older. You can tell that it's about 2 hours. Those droppings are 2 hours older than the footprints. So, and those footprints from the goblins come up from the south, and then they go back down to the south after they get the cart. It looks like the sled.
Well, if we're gonna recover this cart, I think we should probably get after these goblins before they get their village.
Yeah, it looks like there's a raptor of some kind from the sky that came up from the I'm sorry, did you say it was coming from the south to the north or the north to the south?
The dropping indicates that the hawk was flying. That hawk, the raptor, was flying from south to north. The drop.
Okay, so it looks like some.
Yeah.
Okay. So a hawk could. Okay. Okay, so there was a raptor flying from south to north. It looks like about 2 hours before the footprints were made. So that's something else to think about.
A raptor, unusual in these parts. How big?
By raptor, I meant bird of prey.
Yeah. Fairly big, probably not big enough to do that to the bodies. Right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not big enough to do those to the bodies. But also here and flying away from the blizzard about 2 hours before the footprints were made.
Might be some sort of trained spotting bird. We should keep an eye on the skies.
Yeah, goblins are smart enough to do that. That might be true.
Well, should we get after him?
Yeah, let's go get after some goblins.
Before we head out, can I make some good berries?
Yes. You make one good berry.
What is a good berry?
It's a berry that is good.
I think it's a
Okay.
druid spell.
Yeah, so it's a berry that if you eat it, it gives you 1 hit point back.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
And it can actually be incredibly useful, even though 1 hit point doesn't sound like a lot.
That's 1/7 of my health.
Yeah, we only have like 12 hit points. That one makes a difference.
Yeah, it was just one that you made, right?
Yep. It was well.
Because you rolled like
It's
poop.
I rolled serious poop. But as one action, I guess I could do that every hour. Or what's the time on that?
It takes spell slots.
Yeah, is it a spell, right?
Yep,
It's
it
a
is.
first level spell. Yeah, so. So I mean, and don't they expire after 24 hours?
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so do you guys have anything else you guys want to do in this area?
I take a look at the body, make sure there's not like a coin pouch or anything that the goblins left on him.
No, the body's been disarmed, so I couldn't help it. Yeah, there's nothing of value on the corpse.
What kind of coat is he wearing?
Just some torn furs now. There's just tattered remains. I mean, this person was
All right,
wearing
what's he
furs.
got?
Yeah, it was furs, but having something ripped its arms and legs off and its head, so there's not a whole lot of salvageable material left on anything.
From my investigation, could I tell like what race this body was?
It was a dwarf.
So that we're assuming this is the dwarf.
Yeah, it's highly likely this is Ubak. Definitely matches the description of dead dwarf.
Well, let's keep trudging on then, I guess. A particularly dark piece of stone says from like over here.
I resist the urge to shove the gnome into a snowdrift because I said I wouldn't let it have consequences if he got caught in the snowdrift.
Okay. Where are we at? There we are.
Freki really enjoys the burgeoning relationship between Braakthuld and Nasia.
Okay. So yeah, these tracks are about an hour and a half old, or they're about an hour and a half old. So let's see here, and they were wearing snowshoes, so you should be able to catch up within a short amount of time. You guys follow the tracks to the south, and after about a half hour, you manage to see some struggling figures as you get closer and closer to
Would you say that we're still in rocky terrain, or is it all Arctic at this point?
it's all Arctic. You're getting into some more rocky terrain here in a moment, so just need to double check something here. Kind of in the dark, so to speak, about what you guys can see or not sometimes. So let me add you guys here and oops, hold on a second. All right. So you can what do you see? I've put you on there. I put Nasia on the board, so is it blacked out in any of the areas?
It looks like the far left third of it is mostly blacked out. Really, it hasn't changed from the last screen.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I see the corpses and the sled marks and the footprints.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
How about now?
That certainly changed. It's loading. There it goes. Like the top half of it is mostly.
Is it blacked out and it looks like you can see past things sometimes?
Yeah, I see the goblins.
Okay.
I see nothing but a black square.
Yeah.
I've got two like right triangles that are visible in the bottom left corner, and then kind of almost to the top left corner. There it is.
So it's very overcast, and it is snowing. So you guys do kind of come across just this. You're not surprised or anything, but you're kind of like, oh hey, yeah, we caught up faster than we thought. So not sure. I don't think I have any dynamic lighting going on here, so. But if you guys want to organize yourself like behind cover or something really quick as you would have moved in, that would be great.
I'm assuming I'm behind cover where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish there was a show me what my players see type view.
Yeah. Question: how tall is this thing here?
15 feet.
Okay.
So
And would you say that I would have potentially had enough time to get behind here instead? And if so, how tall is that?
that's about 10 feet tall. That's going to be a stealth check if you want it to come in that way. You said you have advantage, correct? Are you there?
Braakthuld, can you make
Yeah,
any
sorry.
illusions?
I cannot. I'm not that kind of wizard yet.
Yeah, with stealth you could have made it right there with that 20. So
Okay. Sounds good. And then, quick question: how much snow would you say is in that area I'm pinging?
well, I mean, it's hard packed snow and ice. I mean, it's been snowing, so probably 6 inches deep powder. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Not enough to cause an avalanche and potentially end the encounter early.
Correct.
It's kind of nice to see him play with a DM that just kind of calls him on it.
Says no.
Yeah. Because, like, I think our friends are a bit too nice to him. Makes him cocky.
You're there.
You haven't played with John then.
Yeah, John doesn't let us get away with shit.
Okay, so
That's good.
let's go ahead and get some initiatives going here. Gotta figure out how to. And like I said, I'm learning on these too, so I do appreciate your time here.
Did you mean for everything to go super gray?
What do you mean super gray?
I no longer see goblins. There aren't any blue details to the rocky terrain. Like everything's just kind of gray, and I don't see the characters on there.
Oh no.
Yeah,
What have I
actually, I
done?
don't see your token on there, Bailey.
I don't see myself on there either.
Yeah, I don't see you either. I'm gonna have to re-add you. I think you deleted yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Or no, or I did. It's possible I did it. Is that better?
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
Fun fact, apparently when you roll initiative, you should have your character selected set it to the turn tracker.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the turn tracker here. Alright, so you guys got... I'm not sure what Bailey has for a niche there, so...
Oh, I got a 10.
Okay, I was wondering which time, so...
The second one, sorry.
Okay. Well, let's see here, the goblins... Sorry, I have to figure out how to do initiative in this. So I thought I was.
I've
Oh, I
never
didn't roll my initiative
figure
yet.
it
Is
out.
there? Where do you see that on the Beyond page?
On the character sheet, just below where your proficiency bonus is, to the left of your armor class. That's where your initiative should be. I'd recommend clicking your character before rolling your initiative. That way it'll automatically send it to the phone tracker.
Yeah, I didn't get time to test this, so still learning the combat aspect of this. Right. All right, so it looks like it's going to be Braakthuld, Kith, Freki, Bailey, and then the goblins. Where's my turn tracker thing? There it is.
I got a 19. I didn't select my character when I rolled initiative, so it didn't record it in the turn tracker apparently.
Okay, well we can, I can just add that, I think, so. Freki. Actually, so why don't you guys select yours, reroll initiative, and then I'll just modify your. All right, so 19. I need to change it. Probably want that one instead, right?
Did you see? Did you
Sure.
get mine?
You've got a 10, right?
I got 10 the first time. I re-rolled and I got 5.
Yeah, I'm just having you roll. I gotta figure out how to add yours to the.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Because I clicked my character before I did it, so I didn't know if it worked like it was supposed to.
For whatever reason, yours isn't sending the rolls over as what it needs to, but we can figure that out at a different time. Okay. And you rolled a 10 though, but you have let me find what your initiative is.
First time I rolled a 10.
And then you add your dex to that.
Yeah. Which is +4, so you have a 14. Okay.
My dex is a +3.
+3, okay. Okay, there we go. So I like to do just all the goblins on the same turn for right now until we get to a future thing where we might change that around. So let's go ahead and start with Braakthuld.
Okay. I will cast a spell. I'm going to cast Shield on myself.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Are you
Never
sure?
mind.
Are you
That
sure?
is a reaction. Yeah, no, I was just looking at that. It's not like Pathfinder was.
No,
This is just a
I would save
reactive
that.
action.
Yeah, that's like a your. Yeah, if you get hit, and you know that it's going to hit you, but it will miss if you have a shield up, then I would do that.
Okay.
And it's a reaction, so you can cast that plus a cantrip. So you could use an action to cast a cantrip, and then you may still use shield as a reaction.
Yeah. And then would you say I've got line of sight to like this goblin here by just poking my head out?
The cool thing is with this, you could poke out, but you may move part of your movement, do your action, and then take the rest of your movement. So you could pop out, you could legitimately pop out, and then do your action, and then pop back in.
Oh, okay. In that case, what I'm going to do is...
Yeah, otherwise you've got firing from cover to worry about, so...
going to move 5 feet there. And then on this goblin right here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Frostbite. They must make a Constitution saving throw. And they take 6 cold damage. If they fail the saving throw, then yeah, on a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. It's a DC 13 saving throw.
It made it.
Okay? Then it does not take the damage, nor does it take disadvantage.
Interesting. It rolled that to me. I'll try to get this set up also to where my guys can. I can roll saves to where you guys can see him, but he rolled a 15, so straight up.
Okay? And then I'm going to move 10 feet back.
Okay.
To there.
And you still have movement left if you want.
Move another 5 feet to where I'm behind cover again.
Okay. All right. Is that the end? Would you like to be done?
Unless I can make a roll to go back into stealth, that's all I have.
No, that's probably going to be an action. So, Kith.
Let's see, I will draw my short bow. And move to here. And I will shoot this goblin.
All right. That will hit for 12.
Then can I use the remainder of my... Oh no, I don't have cunning action yet. That's second level.
You have killed the goblin.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll move back to there.
Okay. Freki.
Alright, so my movement's 25 feet. So if I move to. You guys are using the polygon line for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so what you can do is if you left click to make it so that you can move your character around and then push Q and hold down Q while holding your character on the keyboard, it'll show you the movement distance. Or you can just select the ruler from the menu on the left.
Each square is 5 feet, though. All right, is that where you want to be?
Oh, sorry, I gotta hold down the talk.
Yeah.
I'm like talking to myself here. So I would like to cast Thorn Whip at that goblin there. Assuming I don't have line of sight on the one near the tree, correct?
No. Wait, over here? This one?
Yeah.
No, you have line of sight on that one. And then, oops. Then, let's see here. Technically you have line of sight on that one, also, this guy. And this one. So these three you have line of sight on. Sorry, not the one on the other side of the wagon, but this guy, technically corner to corner. You can see him, so.
Okay, well, I would like to hit the one on the top right. How come it's not letting me ping? Oh, because it.
You gotta go back to hit the arrow button over there.
The select move, or.
Yeah. If you're wanting to move.
No, but I will cast my little thorny action though.
All right, so to your two piercing.
Oof, but it hit. Does it? Can it pull him towards me?
I don't know. Does it have like a grapple, or does it just say you whip somebody for piercing damage?
On smaller creatures, I can pull them up to 10 feet closer to me.
Okay, I think they're. Hold on a second. They are small. Yep. What's the roll on that? Is it a strength check or anything, or just
Cam, if you click on the spell itself, it'll send it the description.
To chat, yeah.
Display in VT. Or...
Yep. There we go. Alright, so it took a d6, so it took 2 points of damage. And if it's large or smaller, you pull it to, okay. Cool. So you pull it to right here.
And so with that action, can I hit it or?
That was your melee. It says your one action, and it's like it's a melee attack. Make a melee spell attack against. So, but that's your action. So you get one action per turn.
But for a bonus action with a two weapon fighting, is that a bonus action at all?
Do you have two weapon fighting?
Yeah, it says bonus actions 2 weapon fighting. So could I hit him with my quarterstaff or?
If you have a light weapon in your offhand, you can use that offhand for a bonus action.
Would a quarterstaff meet that or?
No, that's not a light weapon. A dagger is a light weapon.
Ah, okay, got it. They're just common. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I guess that's it for that, right?
Yeah.
I'm out of movement, so
Yep.
I'm in the melee.
All right. Nasia.
Okay, I will move. Oh, where'd I go? Oh,
I think you deleted yourself again. Unless you're invisible and I can't see you.
I think she deleted herself again.
I deleted myself again. I don't know what I put. I think I just tried to click select.
It's her at the top of the screen there.
There we go. You were right there, I think. Go ahead.
I move to there. I draw my 2 short swords.
Oh, I know why you're not. Because so you're moving. You really can't occupy the where he was.
Same
Yeah. So.
Okay, where'd I go then?
I think you're going to the void somewhere. I haven't figured out where you're going. So.
Okay. Well, I move to. There then. Or not, I guess. I don't know. And then I attempt to stab that goblin.
I think you're falling into the rock. That's weird. Where are you trying to move? Like right here? Because you can be adjacent. You can't occupy the same space that they're at.
That's the square I was trying to put myself in, but I guess I missed.
Okay.
Anyway, I draw my 2 short swords and I attempt to stab that goblin.
Okay. Are you doing the dual wield?
Sure.
Okay. So you can make a short sword attack, and then I believe that short sword is light, so you can make an offhand if you have 2 weapon fighting.
So is it automatically dex for light weapons in 5th edition, or is it strength to hit?
If it's finesse, you may use dexterity.
Are short swords a finesse weapon?
I'm looking right now.
Yes, they are.
They should be, yeah.
Rapiers, short swords, and daggers.
Okay, then it's 1d20 plus your dex mod to hit.
There you go.
Well, that wasn't great.
They have an AC of 15, so you missed on that, but you have a bonus action that you can use for your offhand. And let's see here. You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack though. So you'll get the 1d20 plus 3. So you'll hit, but you're only going to do base damage of the weapon, so that's going to be 1d6. So you do 4 points of damage. And he's already taken 2, so he's got 1 left. Now it is the goblins' turns.
Okay.
So this goblin down here draws a horn out of his pouch and blows, moves up here and then blows the horn very loudly.
That's not good.
And then continue their movement. Okay, so we have this goblin is going to attack the druid. And they have let's see here, a scimitar. And let's see here, attacks for hits with a 12. And does, let's see here. Six points of damage to Freki. And then this goblin is going to also attack Freki. And misses with an 8. This goblin is also going to attack Freki. And misses with an 8. This goblin is going to shoot Kith with a short bow. AC 9? Probably not.
No, 15.
Okay. And then that will be it for the goblins. So, Braakthuld.
Okay, so centered around. Do you see where I'm pinging?
Yes.
That goblin. I am going to cast Sleep.
All right.
So a total of 27 hit points of the goblins are put into a supernatural slumber. It starts with the lowest hit point goblins first, and then jumps randomly to targets from there.
Right. All right. So this goblin is 7 points, and this goblin. Let's see here. Go to sleep. It goes to sleep, and it goes from a spiral, and then so this target. So Freki goes to sleep, and then let's see here. It's
Oh, does that also hit allies?
yes, and then let's see here. So there is 14. So there is, let's see here, 7 points left. So 12, 13 points left. Attempts to sleep Nasia, but she is immune, being a half elf. And 1 point is left over, and it's not enough to sleep this other goblin. So
That
I
is
can't
my
s-
bad.
I can't see which ones are asleep.
there's a little tiny unhappy face guy. Do you not see those tokens?
Oh, okay. I just see 2 tokens total.
Yeah, there's just 2. So this one is asleep, and Freki is asleep. It should be a little kind of sleepy face man person. Man
I
person.
see it.
Okay.
I see it now. Ah,
Better have good dreams.
Okay. So do you want to move?
yeah. There. And make sure that my quarterstaff is drawn.
Okay. Kith.
Okay. Let's see. I will.
What'd you ping? Sorry, did you ping that closest goblin? Oh, right there.
If I move to this square here, is that flanking?
Yes. Well, I guess you have an ally, but they're not conscious.
So I will draw my rapier and attack that goblin in front of me.
All right.
And I have advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll take the 25.
Yeah, you hit either way. I'm not actually sure you have advantage because of your ally is incapacitated. However, either one of those hits will do enough damage without sneak attack. So you kill that goblin.
Okay, and so then I am no longer in a threatening square, so I will move to there.
Okay. All right, you done?
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Freki is asleep. Yeah, Nasia.
I attempt to stab the goblin that is in front of me, but the one that's not asleep.
All right.
So behind me on this graphic.
Okay. And you disappeared again on my screen, so.
All I did was press my push to talk. I don't know.
Okay. So you want to attack the one that's above, right? Okay. Do you want to do your first? So
Yeah,
what?
I don't know how to ping it without making
Sure.
myself disappear.
Okay.
So
What you could do is attack one of them with your regular hand attack. If you hit and kill it, you could use your bonus action attack for the other one. So if you wanted to go that route.
yeah, that I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I didn't know I had to
So-
take that at the start.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that you didn't say I want to attack, both my attacks on this dude and then kill it with the first one and then waste that second attack. So
You should have advantage on that first attack.
That means you roll twice and take the better result.
all right, and roll again.
So on the second one, I got a 26.
You rolled a 1d29 on the second one, it looks like, not a 1d20.
Sick dice.
JK.
Well, if we take the 9 off of that, that's still 15, right? So 15 would still be good enough.
All right, I'll take the 15.
All right. I'll throw you a bone here because one of your teammates is already sleeping on the job, so. All right.
My bad, I didn't realize that the sleep spell was until like that.
That's okay.
At least all my only affect me.
So roll damage. This one's going to be 1d6 plus your dexterity modifier, which is 3. All right, so you do 7 points of damage. You managed to kill that one. So now, if you want, you could use your bonus attack with your offhand.
And then,
Yes.
quick question regarding
Yeah.
unconscious enemies, because this is, going to be important for the future for me. Is it just a coup de grace if you're unthreatened with an unconscious enemy?
No, you get an automatic crit. So
Oh, okay.
if a melee attack against a prone or unconscious is an automatic. An unconscious enemy is an automatic critical. So it automatically hits and it's an auto crit. So if they're prone, that you just get advantage. So all right, let's have that second attack for Nasia on the goblin to the south. 19, and that's plus 3, so you actually got a 22. So
I thought I didn't get my dex modifier.
I'm sorry, you were right. That's for damage. You don't.
Yeah, you get it on the to hit.
You get it on the to hit, but not the damage.
Isn't that the unconscious goblin?
Yes, you are correct. Sorry, you get an automatic crit. So a critical is you roll your dice twice. So you'll be rolling 2d6 on this instead of 1d6 for damage. Criticals are you roll twice, but you only add the bonus for damage once. So this has no bonus damage, so it's just a straight roll. So that's 5 points of damage. So
Apparently.
yeah, so that's a good hit.
Cool.
All right, Goblin's turn. This one wakes up and uses half of its movement to stand up. And it is going to flee. Hold on a second. It's going to take the disengage action, which means it can move and not incur an attack of opportunity. And it's going to move, let's see.
Did she hit it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit it and I did 5 points of damage.
It had 2 health left, right?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, because you'd already previously hit that one. My bad. Good catch. Thank you, Cameron.
I dreamt it.
So this goblin can't see its friends that have died, so it's going to come up and engage Kith up here. And it's going to try to stab him to death. And he misses with a 5. This guy up here is going to go for the free beef over here with the caster. He's pretty excited about that. He rolls at a 9, which is a miss.
Yeah, my AC is 13.
Yeah. All right, and one more thing I gotta do. Alrighty. Now it is Brackthuld's turn. You might be muted.
Is it my action?
Yeah, your action.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
You're fine.
Is it still I can take a 5-foot adjustment to get out of melee range and still cast?
Nope, that's not a thing anymore.
It's you have
Okay.
to, if you want to move, you have to disengage. But if you're not going to move,
Yeah.
just cast.
So your available
And-
your available actions would be to attack or move. You could move. You can also take the disengage. Takes up your action, so you couldn't attack, but then you don't incur an attack opportunity. So you could move away safely, but you will forego your action.
And if I were to cast a spell that incurs attacks of opportunity?
No, not necessarily.
So if I was to cast Frostbite at this goblin, would that incur an attack of opportunity?
I can't. I don't think so. So I can't remember. We'll just roll with it
Okay.
for right now. If I'm wrong, we'll alter that in the later down
Okay,
the road.
In that case, I will cast Frostbite.
Okay.
DC 13 Constitution save.
Okay. He misses, so he takes 6 points of damage.
And he has disadvantage on his next melee attack.
All right. Okay, then. So you could move, but if you move away from him, then that will attack it. That will incur an attack opportunity. So do you want to stay put?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay, Kith.
Okay, I will attack the guy right below me. Actually, I will first, on my offhand, draw my dagger,
Okay.
and then I will attack this guy with the rapier first. And I guess I don't need my dagger.
All right, next.
I will move to there.
You want to take your bonus action? That works just fine. You have eliminated the goblins.
All right, let's get Freki up and let's get this card and get out of here before more show up.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna pop a good berry.
I would.
So does that heal you 1 hit point?
I believe so, yeah.
While they're doing that, I am going to. Is the cart on its side, or is that just to show where it is?
It is on it's kind of a sled, so that's kind of just showing where it's at. So
In that case, what I will do.
Can I take a passive or a perception check to see if I notice that hawk fly in?
yeah.
Yeah, my passive perception is a 10. I don't know if that gets anything. And as a note, it is 9:20, and we did say
Yeah,
that
we
9
can.
o'clock.
Yeah, let's wrap up. So you see the hawk, and it was kind of on a circassious route. It comes right back over here. So it's you guys see some stuff coming up from the south, but I just noticed what time it was too. So I'd like to go ahead and keep to the time as much as possible.
Sounds good.
Cool. So next Monday.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay. Hey, thanks everybody. I appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm learning.
You're learning.
Me too.
Yay.
Same
Yeah, it's I like the system.